Oh boy, we got something interesting here. Huh, we got something interesting here. And also just came across my For You page. I'll grab it. I'll grab it. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. That means I got all the videos for this week, which is nice. Yeah. Antifa idiots got owned by Base Dude. We'll look about it by Liberal Hive Mind. Also, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. We do reaction streams, usually Saturday and Sunday for 6 hours straight. We'll watch some videos if you join the Discord, which I don't know if that link even works anymore. But yeah, if you have something I should watch, just tell me that and I'll do it. Yeah, we'll jump in. We'll jump in. We'll look at that. I love a good rage bait. I love a good rage bait. It's not like Antifa isn't really popular here either, right? They're way more popular here. Help. Free Europe.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing.
Accurate, but this is not an American classic. This is a Western world classic. This is also a European classic. It's just put like Friedrich Merz here or whoever.
The abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, you know, every once in a while I just stumble upon the perfect clip. We got a clip that comes along that just perfectly encapsulates the entire absurdity of the radical left. A clip that can play in isolation, doesn't really need commentary, doesn't need explanation. No, you just watch it and immediately understand what's really going on here. Well, that is this clip that I'm going to show you guys. We got a base dude who shows up at the Antifa protest outside the Portland ICE facility, and he just starts trolling these black bloc Antifa groups. And while the clip is absurd and stupid and funny on its own right, I think it actually exposes a much deeper point, and that's really what I'm getting at here. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so just take a look at this. Let's just play the clip without any added context.
Stolen people, stolen land. Stolen people, stolen land. Stolen people, stolen land. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Stolen people, stolen land. Very interesting.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Stolen people, stolen land.
I like him already. I like him already. Keep trolling them.
Get away from me! Oh my God, the white knight's here! Get away from me! What are you harassing them?
Literally.
Oh my God! I just said stolen people, stolen land. I'm a stolen person. I'm black.
Stolen person. I'm black. Okay. Ooh. Okay. First of all, great humor, my guy. I applaud you. Second of all, this is really interesting. I never see that. Something like that. This is a moment in history.
Okay. So you're simping for Trump?
You're the simp. Look what you're doing. Look what you're doing, simp. Look what you're doing.
Bro,
simp.
Do you think
This is such a weird interaction. Bro, he's like, you're simping for Trump, and the other one is like, look at what you're doing. You're simping as well. 3 women.
I want to be out here? You're wants to be here.
You already know that.
Stolen people, stolen land.
You're a dumb guy harassing
Stolen people, stolen land. Stolen people,
Why do they always look like that?
stolen land. Ooh, 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 ooh.
It's just so perfect. The guy shows up and starts spamming their own slogans in a squeaky cartoonish voice and making weird noises, and they instantly lose their frickin' minds, with one guy then coming in to white knight against this evil MAGA terrorist committing horrible atrocities against humanity.
Oh my God, the white knight's here.
And of course he comes in not just looking like a complete dork, but immediately takes the angle of, oh, you're a black man supporting Trump, as if we haven't heard that routine before. Immediately takes the racial angle. I think that was a really telling part. The modern left cannot stand individual.
Kind of racist. Kind of racist. People can vote whatever they want. No matter what ethnicity they are, doesn't matter what skin color they have, doesn't matter what religion they have. It does not matter. People can vote what they want. And if you racially profile somebody that in that way, I guess, oh, you're black, you can't be voting for Trump, or you're an immigrant, you can't be voting for anything that's right wing, regardless. I find that very interesting. Like that in itself is kind of racist.
Duality. If you're black, from their perspective, you're supposed to think a certain way. You're supposed to buy into their grievance politics. Otherwise, you're a racist.
Didn't Biden say if you don't vote Democrat, you are black? What is this guy gonna do? Suck out the man's melanin?
Traitor, right? Nothing more woke than a bunch of privileged white college kids lecturing a black man on how he's supposed to feel. If you're black, you have to agree that the Republicans are racist. If you're Hispanic, the same thing, right? You have to live in this make-believe paranoia world where ICE is coming to get ya. Ooh, spooky ICE is coming to get ya. Even though, obviously, if you're a citizen, a legal resident, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. I think it's clear these people don't see citizens. No, they see political pawns. And the second someone steps out of line, they try to shame them.
Tools to be used in a political game. That's, to be fair, that's most of normal people. I'll be real. That's almost all of us, essentially. But here it's very blatantly obvious.
Back into submission. That's the reality. And they call this progressivism. Oh, so progressive. But if anything, it's regressive, and it exposes the real racism that lies on their side. These people are fundamentally unserious, and that, I think, is really what was exposed here. And that's what's really so ridiculous about the slogan. That's why it works when you show up to ridicule and mock them by repeating their own freaking lines to them. Stolen people, stolen land.
Stolen people, stolen land.
This entire identity built on grievance, on pretending as if America is this deeply evil, fascist hellscape. Ooh, stolen people, stolen land, what an oppressive nation. They chant these frickin' slogans like a bunch.
Isn't all land, if we apply their logic, stolen, technically? Right? There have been wars everywhere around the world, and and countries have been conquered everywhere around the world. A lot of people who own the land are no longer here or not in charge, even in Europe, around the world, almost all places. If you are arguing that this is stolen land, right, then all land is technically stolen because, well, it should technically then go back to the one who owns it. Right? That would be the descendant of, like, the furthest descendant of any king you could find, right? Technically. So, well, you're all of us are on stolen land by your definition. No, there's a difference between stealing and conquering.
Bunch of bots. They're obviously LARPing. 99% of these people don't even know what the hell they're talking about. But what's so ridiculous is that the reality is the exact opposite.
Also, owning means, basically, right, you being able to prove that you own the land. I don't think that the Native Americans had that proof.
Opposite. America is not this horrible place. It's the most prosperous, free, opportunity-rich society in the world. I mean, could you imagine coming from a war-torn country, coming from a third world country, and seeing these idiots on the streets so unappreciative, so vengeful, hateful, and miserable? There's people who would give anything to come to America. And here we have these privileged clowns pretending as if, again, it's some fascistic hellscape. Ooh, stolen land. If America was so unlivable and broken and so evil, well, then you probably wouldn't be.
Why are they? Yeah, then I'm questioning, why would you be here? I think Germany is ass. I'll be straight up real, due to our government, right? I don't want to live in any other country though. that is not in Europe. Thank you.
In front of an ICE facility protesting the mass deportation of illegals. people wouldn't be risking their lives every single day just to cross the border to get here. These pathetic grievance narratives in 2025, it's laughable. And even this stolen land nonsense, every piece of land in the world at some point was conquered by someone. That's called history. In fact, what do you think was happening in terms of native warfare before the Europeans settled here? That's how human history works. Nations rise, they fall, borders shift, civilizations expand, they contract, they fall apart, and the world moves on, it moves forward. These people just can't seem to understand that. No, they're stuck in the past. They don't want to move forward. They want to stick on old grievances that aren't even relevant today and have nothing to do with them. And to be screaming these slogans at an ICE facility in the
Right, what are you gonna do? What do you, okay, so, right, they're screaming this slogan, right? What do you want people to do? Should every US citizen just start, like, removing their houses? Should we just, like, build down the country completely, and then, like, then they're gonna just move back to Europe? Like, like, what is the end goal? Should they just move back to Europe then, right? They're just, like, gonna build down their houses brick by brick, just gonna grab all the resources and then just, like, rebuild them in Europe? Like, what is the goal with this one saying that? Like, you want to give it back to the Native Americans? Okay, but then you would take also all the resources with you, which means you would leave the Native Americans who live like most people nowadays do, like, with nothing? Like, how is this supposed to work?
21st century, it's idiotic, it's cosplay, it's LARPing.
Or are you just saying that so people can move illegally into your country? I don't understand where this is supposed to lead. There's no logical argument. I feel like this is entirely built on emotion, I'd say.
Not fighting modern injustice. You're clinging to a victimhood fantasy because it gives you some sense of purpose that otherwise you wouldn't have. In other words, get a hobby, do something else. Play a sport, learn an instrument, I don't know, collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, play Magic the Gathering, literally anything.
Don't do Pokemon cards. You're gonna get fucked by scalpers.
But this buffoonery, these people are fundamentally unserious, and I'm tired of pretending as if there's a worthwhile conversation here. There isn't. At some point, you just have to accept reality. There's no reasoning with people like this. You could bring charts and statistics, historical context. It doesn't matter, because obviously they're not interested in dialogue. They're interested in chanting like drones and LARPing as modern revolutionaries. It's a waste of time, and actually watching this clip, I'm thinking, this is the way. Honestly, I think ridicule's the only effective weapon here, because clearly these people don't want to have a conversation. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Countless videos of people going on the ground and trying to engage with these black-clad weirdos. They never want to have a conversation. All they do is yell and intimidate and freak out. Lob accusations. Oh, Donald Trump's a pedophile. That's their favorite talking point these days. What the hell's the freaking point? They're so out there.
There's also nothing, like, whether it is or not has nothing to do with the point. That's like, why are you bringing up something that's completely irrelevant for the cause you dare?
So detached from reality, they're so ridiculous that at this point, the only course of action that makes any sense, I think, really is just making fun of them. Ooh, stolen people, stolen land, beep boop, beep boop. That's the best strategy, because when you strip away the false seriousness, when you turn their slogans into the jokes that they are, it destroys their power, it destroys their aura. Their whole identity obviously rests on being taken seriously. They want to be seen as noble activists,
But they're not taken seriously. They're not even taken seriously here. They pulled up here in Germany to a Charlie Kirk memorial. And we're like crying and screaming. Like, what do you do with these people? What are you doing with these people? That's the question. Where are you supposed to put these people?
Warriors of justice, the enlightened few standing up against oppression and the fascistic rise of Donald Trump, American fascism. But the moment you repeat their lines in front of them in squeaky cartoon voices,
Stolen people, stolen land.
the whole facade collapses. The slogans sound as hollow as they really, truthfully are, and that's probably the best tool that we have to open people's eyes. Nothing's gonna break them faster than laughter, memes, shitposting, trolling. When you laugh at them, you show that they're not scary, they're not
Rage baiting. Rage baiting. you can easily rage bait these people. There's a German guy who does the same shit, right? He just like he actively goes around to like these protests and other stuff, right? Like parades and shit, and like just to also like truth nuke, but also right, but also trolling. I really like that.
Not righteous. They're incoherent. You rob them of the one thing that they so desperately are desiring, and that is legitimacy. But nothing they say is legitimate. They make no legitimate points. Donald Trump is not a fascist. You're not a race traitor if you're a black conservative. ICE is not the Gestapo. Illegals are not asylum seekers, and certainly not citizens. And so shut up. Just crawl back under the rocks from which you came and allow normal, civilized society to exist without this constant chaos and pathetic performance art. And again, really just to reiterate, it's not stolen land, it's conquered land. There's a big difference. It's time to accept the L and move on. This is America now, and so get with the damn program. You live in the most prosperous and free nation on earth. You should be thankful, not ungrateful. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys.
I don't think a lot of the natives nowadays alive care all that much anymore. Hot take. Cause see, I never see, for example, right? If they were to like protest for those people, right? Why do I only see privileged white boys and girls there? I like, wouldn't you expect to see more, you know, Native Americans technically there, right? But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Well, what did we learn from this? I can tell you right now, Antifa in the US is not different from what we have here in Europe. It's literally the same behavior. It is literally the same behavior. Same chants. Well, not same chants, right? We don't have the stolen land, right? We don't have that. But we have like the same anti-fascist paroles, right? We share the same ones. And the same behavior to a degree. The same behavior too. Similarly in like radically. I don't know if that's a word. But yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Please consider liking and subscribing. And I see you in the next one. Take care.